Welcome in to this Monday edition. Blue Sky Live here with you today. Chase Parham, Neal, McCready, Clark Ford Studio. Ole Miss salvaging one game in Norman, Oklahoma over the weekend. 33-15 overall, 13-11 in the SEC with 2 weeks remaining. The Rebels are at Mississippi State this weekend. A suddenly resurgent Mississippi State after firing Chris Lemonis last week. They've won 4 in a row, including sweeping Kentucky over the weekend. So we'll look at some baseball stuff. Look at some other sports topic. Had a huge Game 7 last night in the NHL. Fun game there between the Blues and the Jets, I believe, in that one. So we'll touch on a lot of those topics today on a show brought to you every day by Blue Sky locations throughout the state of Mississippi, up and down I-55, throughout North Mississippi as well. They will take care of you. And when most places they have a Blue Sky, they have a Sweet Daddies. When they have a Sweet Daddies, that means you get catering, you get pulled pork, barbecue, sides, desserts, so many different things depending on the group that you have. They can feed all sizes with Sweet Daddies and Blue Sky. And again, we're in the Clark Ford studio.
We are. Clark Ford is in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900. Call that number. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you are looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. It's right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote. The rest completely up to you. You can shop that quote around. You can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do. Let's hop into a Clark Ford today. 662-257-1900. Guests join on the Campbell Clinic hotline. From fractures and sports injuries to complex spine and limb conditions, the pediatric orthopedic physicians at Campbell Clinic in Oxford are the only specialized pediatric orthopedic team in North Mississippi providing expert care for growing bodies. Visit CampbellClinicOxford.com to schedule an appointment or call 901-759-3111.
So, Cinco de Mayo today. You want to celebrate your margaritas and your tequila and your tacos. You know, it's that great holiday that Americans are really into, but Mexico doesn't actually really do much with themselves. It's kind of like the perfect representation of one of those hallmark holidays, capitalistic holidays, if you will. It's in some way, it's kind of my favorite because it's like, yeah, whatever, Mexico. And I think Mexican, you know, it's not their Independence Day. Their Independence Day is in like September.
Is that right?
Yeah. I think they treat it kind of like we treat Veterans Day, maybe like, day. Sure, good, but we're not breaking out the piñatas, if you will, and down in Mexico for that situation. Yeah, I was doing some research on it this morning, and it was honoring the battle of something in Puebla, Mexico, in like 1862, I believe is what it was.
Okay,
and then it became sort of a big deal in the country during the Chicano American, like kind of Mexican civil rights thing in the U.S. during the 60s and maybe part of the 70s. I'm not up on that history, but and then like in the 80s they said, hey, Taco Bell and the Mexican companies in America, the tequilas, the alcohol companies said we can commercialize the hell out of this.
Absolutely.
So let's get going. And now we are left with this. No, in Turkey, yes, Veterans Day should be higher on our list. There's no doubt about that. But how we currently celebrate it, I think that's probably about the best equivalent that I can make there. But instead, we get taco discounts, we get alcohol discounts, we get to go to all the Mexican restaurants and have our margaritas. So hey, if everybody can be happy for a day, it's cool. Commercialize the hell out of it. I got no problems. I'm good.
No, I mean, any excuse to drink tequila is a good excuse.
My least favorite spirit.
Really?
Least favorite. I really think it is. I think it's the least favorite.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to think through it.
You like gin better?
That's the one. No, I like Wonderbird gin.
Yeah.
No ad, just telling the truth.
It's true.
Yeah, I really like Wonderbird gin, the way they do it, especially some of the ones that they bottle in other types of barrels over the course of time.
I was told I'd get a bottle. I never got one.
Oh.
How about that?
Maybe. I'm not going to order like a regular martini with gin, probably. I mean, if you told me to do that or a margarita, probably grabbing the margarita. But
do you drink vodka straight?
Straight?
Yeah, it was spirit. If you're comparing spirits, it's like how would you like them neat?
But I'm not. drinking tequila straight ever. I mean, I know
Really?
tequila. No, I mean, look, I get it. Okay, I know it is. I've got a buddy that's completely gotten into tequila as kind of his thing.
Yeah.
I know it is growing in this country, especially
time.
compared with mezcal built into it.
Yeah.
And I know good tequila is not bad tequila, just like any other
Right,
spirit
right.
where it tastes completely different. But there's something about I'm trying to think of the flavor profile that turns me off, and it's obviously not bitter and it's not pungent, but just that sharpness is not the flavor of sharpness in tequila is my least favorite alcohol sharpness for whatever reason.
Okay.
No, if I'm doing if I'm at the beach or we're doing the summer stuff where you typically have margaritas, I would much rather have a daiquiri. Give me all the rum cocktails.
Okay.
Yeah, not even close there when it comes to that.
I think rum's my least favorite. I've just never been able to really develop a taste for it. I've tried.
You mean straight, or you mean even in things?
Yeah. I like it fine in things.
Andre said, you mean to tell me you drink Jägermeister over tequila? Well, I mean, I'm sure there are some exceptions. But of the main spirits that you would want to start a bar with at the house.
I think a lot of people associate tequila with like cheap tequila shots, chasing it by
So what are the couple really good tequilas then?
I don't know. I kind of know like at High Cotton where I'm supposed to go.
You know where
look.
to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one. I've got a it's a green bottle. It's mezcal. It's delicious. But I don't like sit and drink it all the time.
No, I don't drink Blanton's and Coke. I mean, for all my weird food taste, drinking bourbon incorrectly is not one of my not one of my things.
Yeah, Ginger's
she's not wrong.
She's
here.
expressing what I'm saying, which is I think a lot of people associate tequila with when they were young or in college or whatever, and you'd put some salt on your thumb, on your hand, and then you'd drink the tequila and then just bite the lime, and you were just getting drunk. Is what it boils down to. It was the fastest way to get drunk, and that was typically cheap, very processed tequila, and so your next day was. Whew, right, and so I think there's a lot of that, which I respect. You forget I bartended at a Mexican restaurant. Cinco de Mayo was a big day.
Oh,
made a lot of money. Worked all day long.
That was your best day, right?
It was the day, like all hands on deck.
That was better than anything else.
Yeah, you made a ton of money.
Help me throughout the day. Is that start at lunch and go completely through? Like, are there what was sort of the ebb and flow of a normal Cinco de Mayo day?
Well, it started early and it kept going, but what I remember about it was just the prep in the morning because you knew you would not have time that night to restock. That it was going to be all hands on deck, and I was often responsible for prep, and there was a lot of prep. Hours and hours and hours of
you
prep.
Cut a bunch of limes
and processed went through a lot of cheap bottles of tequila and triple sec, making garbage cans full of margarita to put.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because you wouldn't have time to go back and make it at 8:00 at night. It had to be done.
Because you're hopping,
rolling. Just
good
look up.
Good thing that OJ chase wasn't on Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, that would have been too much.
You'd had a day.
That would have been too much.
Had a day. June 17th.
Yeah. Oh, I remember well. There were moments that day that I thought that was it. This is not going to end well.
You know, there's much alcohol sold on Cinco de Mayo as one other very American prominent day. You know what it's tied with?
I don't.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh,
or anticipation of Super Bowl.
That makes sense.
They have essentially the exact same footprint when it comes to alcohol sales.
I know this is sacrilegious. If you made me the king of the worlds, it would be Super Bowl Saturday and Sunday would be recovery day.
No, you would just give Monday off.
Or
you would keep it on Sunday.
And Monday would be a
Monday
national
off.
day of recovery.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, what's one more holiday?
If I get a margarita BWL, I order top shelf because I can taste the difference.
Knox says local brewery here is hosting a tiny mom pop Mexican restaurant tonight. Should be less crowded. No, I mean, if I'm a non-Mexican restaurant, I am finding some way to be included with this bad boy today. We're going to do a pop-up. We're going to put some crazy specials on our Modelos and Coronas. We're capitalizing in whichever way we can capitalize today. I promise you that.
Pacifico.
Yeah, okay.
It's my favorite.
Sure.
Love it.
I know. I mean, I'm essentially becoming less American by the minute here as I do this show because tequila and beer are my least two favorite.
I know.
Like,
I know.
I know. I love my bourbons. I love my ryes. I like vodka drinks. I like rum drinks. I like wine. But
my waistline would appreciate it if I would like beer less. I promise you.
Oh, yeah. We say April 23rd on the bottom of the scroll if you'd like to change that.
What is today?
It's a Monday, guys. May 5th. It's
May
Cinco de
5th, that's right.
Mayo, Neal. I mean, what day is today? What have we been spending 15 minutes on here? It's a day where I mentioned this a little on the show the day I did with Ben. Like, it is one of those days to where I wish I were wanting a drink much anymore, and I just really don't. Like, it's a day where you kind of want to be involved, and you're like, I just don't care. I don't know. I'm not like overanalyzing it. It's not like an unhealthy thing, but
no,
just some days I wake up and I go, it's kind of weird.
I'm not going to shame you for not having.
Well, I mean, you and I we've had okay, whatever adjective you want to put on this. It's been an eventful couple weeks, months.
It's fair.
It's got stuff going on, and typically it'd be like, God, just get home and sit on the porch and pour something in a glass. And
yeah, I've had that happen a couple of times. Sure have.
How many people have asked you what's going on in the last 4, 5, 6 days?
Oh,
we're in the dozens.
Oh, countless.
Yeah,
countless.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you tell them, it's like they don't believe you. Like, here's what's going to happen, and they
don't believe you.
No,
they argue with you.
Kinda.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I've had several days where I'm like, you know what I think I'm going to do? Like, including one last week where I just poured some mezcal into a glass over a big rock and just sat on the
Matt,
patio.
that is one thing we can comment on. Absolutely nothing is going to happen to MPW Digital. Zero, nada, nothing.
So I feel like I have to.
We can spend 2 minutes on that.
I have to repeat this routinely.
Yeah, go ahead.
MPW Digital is a completely independent enterprise that we formed and have built. This is not a knock on Rivals/Yahoo at all. It's just a statement of fact. Rivals/Yahoo never invested a penny in MPW Digital, nor did they ever interfere with our building of MPW Digital. MPW Digital will not be impacted by the On3 Rivals merger, nor will it be impacted by anything that happens with us next.
Correct. That's good. You done?
I think so. The second answer is I have a contract with Yahoo. That contract had a beginning date, it's got terms, and it's got an end date. Like most contracts. Like Dansby Swanson has a contract with the Chicago Cubs. It had a start date, it's got an end date, and there are terms of the contract.
Do you anticipate needing to repeat that sentence more than just right now?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where we are. Yes, nothing happening with MPW Digital in any capacity whatsoever. We have 100% ownership of that entity. Again,
I think Ben's joking here, but
people have wanted custody of our podcast network over
yes.
over the time.
Look, I'm sure Ben's joking when he says the line there, and the thing. No, because I won't.
It wouldn't even be it's not even on the table to be a possibility or a potential thing that would be involved in any of the situations. Yeah, no.
I'll be glad when it's all over. Not one to wish time away, but I'll be glad when the times pass.
Yeah, you're telling me. Okay. Shut up, Chase. Shut up. Just move on.
If I could get to that place right now, I'd say, I'd be able to say, so how did the Thunder do?
You could. Oh, that's true.
You know?
Yeah.
How did the Cubs do?
Yeah. Oh.
Shota got hurt last night. There's a lot of speculation in Chicago that your old pal Cade Horton
Oh, really?
is about to get called up. He's been dominating at AAA.
Some bitch in college. Oh boy.
A lot of people are talking about him getting called up in the event that Imanaga has to go on the injured list. I wanted to call it the disabled list, but you can't say that anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That thing?
Yeah. By the way, congratulations to Sovereignty for beating journalism on Saturday. It was great.
I was really confused where you're going.
I love journalism losing in the mud. I thought how fitting.
I screwed up and forgot about the damn Derby. Didn't even see it live. I had to watch a replay. I was like doing something else, and I just completely forgot. You know what it was.
I mean, as the announcers were saying, Sovereignty beats journalism. I was like, son of a bitch. The world is healing. Oh, it's great.
Neal is dipping back into the Cubs. He's got the jacket on today. They got a little offense. Gonna have a Pete Crow Armstrong jersey next week. We got
too many letters on the back.
Is that the problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's good though. Wow, he's fun. They're fun to watch. I watched a decent amount of their series with the Brewers over the weekend.
May get to that in the end. Again, I was kind of stalling out this first segment before we go to break and then come back and talk some baseball and some other topics. But two updates for you time wise. Call your mother this weekend. Mother's Day is Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Most people are gonna forget that. So let's just keep that in our minds as we move forward. And then second, Wednesday's the cutoff if you're flying domestically to make sure you got a real ID with the star on it. You will be turned down at TSA if you do not have the updated real ID.
Does that include a driver's license?
Well, it's a driver's license, but it's a driver's license that is compatible with real ID. It has a star on it.
So you got to go to the DMV.
Yeah, or whatever you have to do. You got in the top right corner. There's like a little star up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have my wallet up here.
So, two things there to be aware. Just don't want you to get to the checkout or checkout, whatever, up to the gate and not be able to do that. Oh, Matt says some states are not doing real ID. Well, that's not confusing at all. It's not just a federal thing.
I don't know.
So you could fly from one airport to another without it, but then get there and be stuck getting back or home. Help me here. I mean, this is actually important. What is the deal?
There's no way that they're actually going to turn people back.
No, Ginger says, I read somewhere you won't be turned away. It will just take longer because you'll need additional screening.
Yeah, because there's 90%.
That would be a cluster beyond all clusters.
90% of the populace is not smart enough to go get the real ID. I believe that. I'm sorry. I don't have that much faith in humanity. And if you have to go to the DMV and you get to the DMV and you have to wait 4 hours, you're going to turn around and go, screw it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get a little clarification on that prior to Wednesday. I'll read up for a minute on tomorrow. Yeah, I'm kind of with Hayden. Why would we do things that make sense? Let's change all the rules depending on where you are and what the situations are there.
Well, they're not going to enforce the rules. I mean, it's kind of like taxes. Walk up and down Walmart and guess who actually pays taxes?
Just 30 extra minutes. Arrive 2.5 hours instead of 2 hours. Or as Grind says, just get a passport. I'm kind of with you there.
Yeah.
They're good for a long time.
So a passport is good for real ID?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm bad about taking passports just like wherever I go instead of a license. Like if I know I'm going to Uber in a city, I won't even take my license. I'll just take the passport instead. And keep it for whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a passport yet.
Yeah. You mentioned that right before the show.
Running out of time.
Yeah.
Probably will never need one. I mean, in all likelihood.
Okay. We'll talk a little baseball in a minute. Before we do that, we'll tell you the podcast brought to you by the Ole Miss Athletics Foundation. Spring sports underway and football selection times have hit the inboxes. Ole Miss Athletics Foundation is running the Points in the SIP campaign until the end of the month. Qualifying donations of at least $5,000 made to Ole Miss Athletics and the Vol Society will be included in the bonus point program for 2 or 3 times the usual amounts. If you want to get your priority points up, now's the perfect time to do it. You call the Ole Miss Athletics Foundation 662-915-7159. GiveToAthletics.com to learn more.
Brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Different names, but same great people, products, and services. If you live in Oxford, Batesville, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call call Comer, 662-801-1777. If you live in Memphis, Hernando, South Haven, Olive Branch, those areas. Call Southern 662-429-4429. We're brought to you by Window Hero. From window cleaning to pressure washing, gutter cleaning, gutter guards, and everything in between, Window Hero has the experience, equipment, and expertise necessary to make your property look and feel brand new. If you're in North Mississippi, let Window Hero make your home or business's exterior look amazing. They provide specialized equipment, exclusive cleaning solutions, a satisfaction guarantee, and they can clean up to 4 stories on buildings. It's windowhero.com or 662-510-7077. Oxford locals and Ole Miss families, if you need dry cleaning or laundry done right, Lapel's Dry Cleaning has you covered. Proudly serving the Oxford community since 2016. Lapel's takes care of everything from suits and formal dresses to comforters and everyday laundry. Even better, they offer free pickup and delivery to make life easier. Just call 662-638-3149 to be added to their pickup and delivery route, or visit them at 3010 Old Taylor Road, right across from the Mark Condominiums. Mention Rebel Grove for 50% off your first order. Trust Lapels to keep you looking your best. Are you retiring soon? How long should you wait to take Social Security? What accounts should you pull from first? Are you already retired? Should you consider Roth conversions? These are just some of the questions that can only be answered with the personalized retirement income plan. Andrew Sego Wealth Management, specializes in helping folks just like you come up with their retirement game plan. Whether you meet at his office in Collierville or you prefer Zoom from anywhere, schedule a free discovery meeting and see what they can do for you. It's rebelsretire.com. I should also tell you that Andrew sponsors my 10 Weekend Thoughts, which is up at rebelgrove.com. They're free this week, so give them a read. Speaking of that, it's graduation week. We went to Arnett's Fine Jewelry to put together a gift for our daughter who's graduating college this weekend. Arnett's is located on North Lamar Avenue in the old Lamons Jewelry Building. They do phenomenal work. Jewelry repair, diamond engagement rings, wedding bands, stackable diamonds, genuine stone bands, pearls, genuine color stones, diamond jewelry, flexible bangles, diamond pendants, earrings, and so much more. Arnett's wants to be your jeweler.
So let's see, where are we out? Ole Miss, they are sitting again 33-15, 13-11 with 2 series to go. That is after salvaging the Sunday game. They're actually undefeated in road Sundays so far this season. So those 4, it's kind of a weird stat there.
Yeah.
But I did see that. Look, they pitched the hell out of it. Only allowed 10 runs on the entire weekend in Norman, but you lose 2 out of 3. That's not acceptable. You've got to find a way to win a series when you only give up 10 runs.
The Saturday game's the miss. The Friday game, the kid for OU
You got beat
just
by a
pitched great.
Really good pitcher.
He was really good. He was on
with Witherspoon.
And then,
but he gave you opportunities. He hit 3. He walked 3. You only got beat 2-0.
Yeah, but he didn't give you anything to hit really. Mm-hmm. Saturday there were pitches they could hit, and they just didn't get it done. That was, to me, the loss in the series was the Saturday game. The Friday game,
you just get beat sometimes.
Sometimes when a pitcher's just on, and sometimes when you're pitching like that, and then you hit a couple of guys. Hitters think about, hey, getting hit. You do. So sometimes that's a little wildness actually helps you.
Yes.
Instead of, hey, this guy's just pounding the zone. Let's go hit it. I thought Saturday was the blow for them. And then I give them credit yesterday. You can feel sorry for yourself and make it worse, or you can salvage something, and they salvaged. So
they played well yesterday.
Yeah.
Played a really good game yesterday.
I thought they played fairly well the whole weekend. The league's kind of good. I mean, look at the thing. I mean, if you look at, I do it every Sunday. If you look at it on 10 Thoughts, just look at the numbers. Ole Miss is one of 4 teams in the SEC at 13-11. That's 25% of the league is 13-11. So my point is, and I think I'm right when I say this, I've watched all these teams play now. There's not a lot of difference in a lot of these teams that are all kind of bulked together. It's because they're all kind of the same sort of team. They're good, flawed, have upside, have some flooring. There's not a lot of difference between Ole Miss and Oklahoma. people can have the argument about, well, there should be facilities, blah, blah, blah. There's not a lot of difference between those two teams. They're very similar. If they played 20 games, it'd probably go 11-9, 10-10.
Yeah, they each have strengths. They have weaknesses,
Yeah.
and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand the frustration, and that has been his Achilles heel the entire season. I am not pinning Friday on Hunter Elliott giving up two runs in a period of time. I get that he walked back-to-back batters, and that led to the runs, but you're requiring him to be freaking perfect.
He was good.
And that is not reasonable. Hunter had his best game of the year. If he's going to do that, you're going to win baseball games.
Yeah,
he was good.
Yeah.
Ole Miss can't hit aces. That's your problem.
Yeah. The other kid was better.
Ole Miss has really struggled against aces the last 4 to 5 weeks outside of getting after J.D. Thompson and Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they've lost because they haven't put together good at-bats on Friday nights, because while Ole Miss can walk at times, they are so home run and fly ball dependent that when it's going poorly, it just goes really freaking poorly because they don't do anything to establish. They don't move the baseball. So one thing they did pretty well yesterday, I mean, they had 11 hits, I think. They really moved the baseball well yesterday. They did not move the baseball well Friday or Saturday. What Hunter did on Friday should be giving you hope for the remainder of the year.
Yeah.
He was good. Velocity was pretty good. Off speed's always good. He commanded the fastball a little better because the fastball is his problem. His changeup's elite. Breaking balls are pretty good. It's just a matter of whether he can throw the fastball in the right quadrant for strikes. At times, he's really not done that. So I thought he was good. Maddox was not very good. He's been very inconsistent for most of the conference season. He was great last week. Was not very good, and I think that Nichols was really struggling yesterday. He was hit hard in the first. He was lucky that it was only 1-1 or whatever it was at the end of the first inning. That was not ideal. Or 1-1 when he came out, I guess I should say. Mason walked 3 in the second to load the bases. Mason Morris comes in. We've been having the conversation the entire year, but if you're going to start Mason Morris, this is the week you do it. And you put him in at the end of the rotation.
Yeah.
And you move Mason Nichols to a bridge bullpen arm where you tell him, hey, go max effort and just give us what you can give us. We're not holding anything back. And then you use Will McCausland the way that they use Will McCausland over the weekend, which as a bridge. He can give you multiple innings. He was a starter at St. Joseph's. That's the way you would do this if you were doing that. Mike sort of alluded to that during his little quick TV interview yesterday. I think he was trying to make a joke, but he made some mention about how Morris starting was the media's favorite question every week. But it is for a reason. I just kind of got a hunch maybe it's moving that direction. We'll see. I know nothing. That is not sourced in any capacity, but that is the way that I sort of felt as it was going on. Yeah, no, I mean, as a freshman, Nichols was a very valuable bridge the year they won the national championship late in the year. He's capable in that. That's a spot they need somebody. That's what you do if you're going to make that move. Because Mason Morris was not perfect yesterday. His stuff wasn't the best we've seen it, but he still got outs. Gave up 1 run in 3.2 innings. Dealt with a pitch count that got up a little bit through 74 pitches in 3.2, but got out of the bases loaded jam and then gave you even 3 after that as well. So he was good. Just got to hit. The offense is what's killing them right now. When it's good, it's really, really good, but it's really good when it hits the ball out of the ballpark and it hits the balls in gaps and does those kind of things. And when the pitcher is on, they have struggled in that capacity. Will Furnace and Utermark had a really tough weekend. I think at one point they were 1 for 23 in the 2 games. I'm not sure if maybe they finished 1 hit better than that or something at the end, but it was somewhere in there. So, everybody's asking what Ole Miss has to do. I think it's going to take 17 to host. I think 16 is going to have you on the bubble with the chance, but probably pissed off that day. My opinion.
So you think they got to go 4-2 the rest of the way?
It's my guess. And again, it's a guess. I am not great at predicting down road RPI because it's impossible because you're not in a vacuum. There's too many other games to be played. I know Boyd's World does kind of some of that stuff, but I don't like it. I don't think their measurements make sense when they try to predict that. And my guess is when you look at the other teams around them, I would not, if I were an SEC school, I think I would have a hard time feeling safe for my host spot if I'm lower than 14 in the RPI. Again, my opinion, but with 2 weekends to go, I think if you're at 14, you're probably safe. Now, I think they're going to give a ton of SEC hosts. I don't think being downstream in the league is necessarily going to be a detriment for you. I think we're seeing after basketball and after different things that the worm is turning a little bit when it comes to that. And you've got a lot of teams at the top are just simply going to host because of where their RPI and their record is at this point. I mean, you're looking at it here.
So Texas is going to host. They're 19-5 in the league. They're going to host. Arkansas is going to host. They're 17-7 in the league. They're hosting. LSU and Georgia, barring collapses, are hosting.
They're 15-9, yes.
So that gets you 4 spots. Now you get to the 2 14-10 teams. You got Vanderbilt at 14-10, Tennessee at 14-10. I think it's likely they both host. One certainly host.
Correct. Tennessee has lost 4 of the last 5 series, but I think they're fine. RPI's at 14, though. Be careful.
Yeah, if you told me to write off a team, that might be where I start.
Oh, really?
Okay. I watched a lot of them this weekend.
Okay, yeah, I did too.
And the other team that I watched was Auburn.
Auburn played well.
And if you told me to buy on a team right now that's down a little, I would.
And Auburn Auburn is the one thing that throws what's the number got to be into the can, because they're going to host at 16, and frankly, they might host at 15.
Right, because their metrics are just phenomenal.
They're the number 4 RPI team in the country this morning, so they're hosting,
and they're good. Oklahoma's at 13-11. Alabama's at 13-11. Ole Miss is at 13-11.
All 3 of those are not going to host, in my opinion. So you have to finish at least best or second best to have a chance out of those teams, in my opinion.
What is Florida's RPI?
It's 15, but they're not hosting unless they get
white hot.
But I think they would have to
16 wins. They have to go 5-1 the rest of the way.
Yeah. You'd have a shot at, because at that point their RPI would probably be 12, 11.
Then after that, it's probably over. Kentucky's not getting there.
Kentucky may not get in.
Yeah, State's not getting there. A&M is at 10-14. I mean, they're running out of time.
Well, Florida has the opportunity is on the racket. They're in Austin, Texas this weekend. So go get it, guys.
Who do they get the last weekend?
Alabama at home.
Who gets Missouri this week?
Hey, they almost got it yesterday.
Yeah, did.
It's 2-2 in the ninth. Yeah. I turned it over there. When I saw the score, I went, hey, let's. And then as soon as I did that, Georgia hit a bomb.
Yeah.
I felt bad.
The kid who hit the bomb, by the way, is a clutch player. Slade, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah.
He just hits.
Texas A&M gets the Missouri Tigers this weekend.
Okay, so who does A&M get last weekend? Because A&M's now 13-14.
You already given them all 3?
Yes.
Mississippi State gets Missouri the last weekend.
Okay. So State's at 13-14 going into this Ole Miss series.
I think Missouri gets State once.
We can just disagree. We'll see.
We'll see. They will play the games. There'll be a big-ass scoreboard up there and everything.
I'm not going to fight you over it, but
it'll be in Columbia, not Starkville, so the scoreboard won't be quite as big, but there will be a scoreboard up there.
So State is there?
State has Ole Miss and what are you asking?
If State got to 16-14, are they in the hosting conversation?
No, hell
okay.
No, it's over.
So A&M's got Missouri and then who?
Georgia.
Okay.
In Athens.
Probably not getting there.
To host?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I would not want A&M in my damn regional as a 3, I'll tell you that. I'd look up at that and go, y'all can, yeah.
Yeah, but their RPI's 35.
Yeah, it's about where they're
it's what their metrics say they are. But yes, if I'm UC Irvine, I'm going, give me a break. Okay.
Yeah, Ole Miss at 16-14 is a bubbly host.
It's the most bubbly of all bubbly right there, because their RPI would be top 16.
Yeah,
there at it.
But right at it, right.
They will have played by that point. I think I'm correct in saying this. I think they will finish the regular season playing the most quad 1 games in the country. I think Ole Miss will have the most quad 1 games in the country at the end of the season.
Wow.
It's a metric.
Yeah.
It counts for you. Because Auburn is definitely going to be quad 1 at home, and State will be quad 1 on the road.
Yeah.
So, got a shot.
I mean, I hate to put too much pressure on one game, but the Friday game at State feels big.
Oh, monumental.
It just feels huge. Like, if you win it, there's so much.
And I know State's playing well under Justin Parker, but they're not. They didn't suddenly become Texas. Okay,
No.
calm down.
Yeah.
Now they throw it well on Fridays.
Yeah, I know.
Nico Khan throws it.
And you know they're going to want to play spoiler.
Oh,
It's wired in them. It is what it is.
and they played pretty well. Now Kentucky looked like they had a little too much little Deweys over the weekend, but
yeah. I mean, Kentucky's not a great team by any stretch. I've watched them a bunch. They are the epitome of average.
they're annoying.
Yeah.
I don't.
I almost think they
If I'm a
annoy
State
themselves.
fan, I think I don't want Mingione because of that. Like, do I want to watch that brand of baseball every game?
Well, you know how I feel about this.
Like, do you want that to be your reputation and your thing?
I mean, you know how I feel about this. It's not my cup of tea. I like, let's just show up and play. Let's be professional.
No, Neal is very much in the professional organization teams I pull for in the SEC. He is very much a fan of your LSUs and Ole Misses and Arkansas and that type where we just show up and go.
Yeah, I am. Texas A&M LSU this weekend was just straight into my veins. It was perfect. It was nice. Arkansas, Texas, they just played. Like the Tennessee Auburn thing, Vitello, everything is constantly looking for a fight and all that. Like, they're so fortunate they didn't get swept. Auburn kind of pissed the second game away a little bit.
Dominated the other two.
I mean, but Auburn just goes and plays. And Tennessee is like, everything is so on edge. Then you compare it to the other games that I watched, right? Oklahoma, Ole Miss, they just played baseball.
Yeah.
It was fine. The Arkansas-Texas series, even though it was supercharged and there was everybody in the crowd, and even though the fans were doing all the horns down,
It was fine.
The teams just played baseball. It's Tennessee's weird, and Kentucky does the same thing, and they're just not as good as Tennessee.
And then public service announcement for Tennessee fans. I get you've only been following the sport for 3 years, so can I help you out on a rule here? Prior to a game beginning, the home head coach decides whether the game starts or not. The home head coach. So it was Tony Vitello's fault and his problem that he threw Liam Dole out there on the damn mound to start that game on Friday.
100%.
It was on Tony, not the home place umpire, whoever the hell he was. He stopped the game after a minute where they looked up and went, what are we doing?
It doesn't become their game until the game starts.
And now maybe should he have quit it after one pitch? Okay. But Tony's the one that put him in that position. Tony's fault.
And then he just lost it.
Not Butch's fault. Not the home plate umpire's fault. Butch was the guy who went over there and went, I'm not throwing my guy out in that crap. What are you talking about? That's the rule. We'll give you one a week as you guys catch up and get a little more into this college baseball thing.
I just think sometimes when you try so hard to have all this edge in a sport that is kind of technical, I think you're defeating yourself. And I don't think it.
What are you saying?
Baseball is a mental game. There's going to be failure in baseball. It's inevitable. It's part of the game. It's baked in.
Yep.
I think sometimes in baseball you have to concentrate. 2-out approach, 2-strike approach. Just baseball's a mental game. And I think sometimes when you light your hair on fire before the first pitch, it's overwhelming. I don't think it, I know it. And you just see the other teams that are just playing. It's a long season. You know, like Schlossnagel's team melted down a little bit on Saturday. They had 2 on and 1 out, and someone hit a pop-up on the infield, and both runners forgot how many outs there were.
Oh.
And he did the right thing. He went over. He benched them both.
Did he?
Yeah. And then after the game, his comment was, we're trying to play a certain way. Some mistakes are forgivable. Some aren't. That wasn't. But the next day, both guys were back in the lineup. He didn't make it more than it was. Hey, I got my message across. They got swept. I promise you on the way back, he wasn't throwing shit in the plane. It happens. It's a long season. You're going to have peaks. You're going to have valleys.
They're still winning the league.
It's about, they're going to win the league. It's about steadiness. In the same way that Van Horn, to his credit, They'd lost 3 straight weekends, and he didn't go, oh, God, this is – no, he just kept going. He told his team that they played a video of it before the game on Friday. The cream's going to rise to the top, and we're the cream.
Did he?
Now, that's just you talking to your team.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Fans get all worked up about that. I'm like, what do you expect him to say to his team?
Yeah.
But the point was, hey, we're going to keep rolling. And sure enough, they're kind of back where they thought they would have been a few weeks ago. It's a process. I think Vitello's intensity is too much for a season of that length. He should have coached football.
And now it's worked. They've won.
It has, but now it's burning up.
We got them in the 22 postseason. Somebody kind of matched them a little bit and just played and got them out of their game, and Notre Dame won the thing.
Yeah, and they're good enough to turn it around and make a long run.
Oh, no, they're talented as hell.
But they have this thing that they do that against the wrong team is going to get you in the postseason.
Somebody said just humor you if Ole Miss went sweep. Yeah, I mean, they would be at 19. They would be on the cusp of a national seed. Now, your metrics still would be a little shaky, but top 8 just doesn't feel realistic. I'm just being fair.
I mean, I don't know how you can watch this team and think they're going to go win 6 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, you got Auburn left. They're good.
I mean, that's sweeping Auburn at Auburn.
No,
it's at home.
It's at home.
It's sweeping Auburn at home. It's winning 3 at State.
Mm-hmm. You had a better shot with State if Lemonis was still there.
Yeah, they're gonna play hard.
Their fans are more energized.
Yeah, they're gonna play hard.
If Lemonis were still there, you might actually be getting the State crowd to be pulling for you a little bit.
Yeah, but now they're.
Oh, now they're pulling.
It's
gonna feel like Super Bowl weekend to you guys.
Yeah. Well, and if I was
probably graduation weekend, I would guess down there.
I would think.
Yeah,
it's kind of graduation week most places.
Yeah, the goal for Ole Miss was to make the tournament. They're going to make the tournament.
Yes.
They might be in the tournament right now.
I think so.
Probably want one more just to feel safe, but they'll get it.
Yeah. Probably don't want to go 12-18, but I don't think they will. There's nothing on the flip
13
side.
13 and 17.
Is that where they are? 13?
They're 13 and 11.
Yeah, they're not going. Yeah. On the flip side, there's nothing to indicate to you they're going to lose 6 in a row either. That's my point.
They're probably going 15 and 15 or 16 and 14.
I would bet on 16.
That's what I think.
That's going to put them bubbly.
If you told me they're 17 and 13 or 15 and 15, I'd have to sit there for a minute and try to figure out what I thought. And I think
just because Auburn's playing so well, I might go that's 15.
Okay.
But okay, sure. Is Ole Miss capable of getting to 17? Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's not over. Host is right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they woke up this morning with the number 17 RPI in the country.
No, they're in great shape.
Right there on
Just
it.
got to go win games.
They are predicted per the computers. Again, analytics, yell at the computer, don't yell at me. The computers are predicting them to go 36 and 19, 15 and 15, and have the number 17 RPI in the country. That is what the computers are estimating. This would be a really disappointing result for Ole Miss because the computers have them winning on Friday in Starkville and then getting back-ended. That would not be the recipe that you would want to have at that point. So, again, computers. And you're right. That's about where we are on who's completely safe from a hosting standpoint. And where you're going to benefit a little bit is outside of these ACC teams, there's no slam dunk. A ton of slam dunk hosts. Clemson's going to host. Florida State's going to host. North Carolina's going to host. Oregon State's going to host.
So that's 4.
UCLA is going to host.
5. No, if you told me the SEC got 10 host sites, I'm not shocked.
Coastal, I think, gets a host because they're 20 and 4 in the Sun Belt and they have a 12 RPI.
Okay, yeah, they'll host.
But after that, nobody else is in the top 16 right now.
You could get 9, 10 host sites.
The question is, do they try to give the Big West and UC Irvine a host when they're like 20 in the RPI?
In the past, yes.
But UCLA and Oregon State already have one, so you don't have to do that regional thing as much.
And you know they think about money. Because again, right, these places would fill up a regional. Texas, Arkansas, LSU, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Tennessee. That's 6. Auburn, Ole Miss. If I'm them, I'm cheering for Florida.
Yeah. And C4's right. I mean, beating Ole Miss has nothing to do with spoiler. They're trying to make the postseason. Yeah, no, you can get in. State has a very real chance of making the postseason.
Yeah, because they're 13 and 14 right now.
Yeah, you're already giving them the 3. So,
yeah, I mean, I think Missouri's going 0-30, so I'm giving everybody 3 when you play them.
So yeah, that means if you took a series from Ole Miss, you would guarantee postseason at 15 and 15.
Yeah,
and I think you're in at 14 and 16. Actually, I think State's making the postseason potentially. Like I said, I just have a hunch Missouri ends up winning a game. It's nothing against State. I don't know. Maybe I just really want them to win a game. I don't want them to go 0-30.
I do think you want them to win one.
I do.
Yeah.
And I usually have no positives on the University of Missouri when it comes to their athletic sports teams. That's not where I typically get all warm-hearted.
Well, I mean, I have nothing against them. I just
watch them, and it's like watching a puppy be kicked every week. And I'm like, just win a game. Give them one. I mean, I was almost wondering if they were going to dogpile had they beat Georgia yesterday.
Well, they should have.
Being the number 1 team in the country. Georgia number 1 this morning.
Is that right?
That's true.
How far did Texas fall?
Like
they shouldn't fall.
They shouldn't have fallen at all, actually. I hate poll mechanics.
I do too.
Like
so recent.
D1 on Saturday, Kendall goes, new number 1 coming. And it's like,
why?
They have a 4-game lead in the standings.
Yeah.
What the hell are we doing?
That's why I pay no attention to them. I don't look at polls.
Oh, no, he actually kept them number 1, I think. Kendall did.
Okay, well, they deserve it. They're the overall best
after
team.
saying he was not going to, he did keep them at number 1. Baseball America put Georgia at number 1. D1 baseball has Texas 1, Florida State 2, LSU 3, North Carolina 4, Oregon 5, which is the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
Their RPI is like 21. Okay. Georgia 6, Arkansas 7, Auburn 8, Clemson 9, Oregon State 10. What are they doing with the Ducks?
Oh, we're just doing that feel good, grow the sport crap that they do every year.
Their RPI is 24.
And so they've got them at 5?
Yes.
Yeah, Oregon wouldn't win shit in the SEC.
Strength of schedule, 35.
So you going to put regionals in Oregon and Oregon State?
Guess they might. I don't know. That's annoying. It doesn't matter.
Not even a little bit.
I'm reminding myself.
It's not something the committee looks at. Hey, where does Baseball America have everyone ranked this week? Let's go there. I don't think they look at that.
You don't think so?
No, I think they go straight by the computers. And if they're smart, they go, hey, what's going to look best on TV? And hey, what's going to fill up the most? Let's fill up some stadiums. I mean, I don't have any problem with that. I'd give the SEC 9 or 10 as host sites. And I wouldn't hesitate to give them 5 to 6 national seeds. They deserve them. Look at the schedules they've played. I mean, Georgia and Auburn and Texas and
D1 baseball last week only gave. Is that from last week? There's no way that's right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Jesus. D1 baseball only gave the SEC 7 hosts last week. Austin, LA, Conway, Baton Rouge, Tallahassee, Auburn, Raleigh, Fayetteville, Chapel Hill, Morgantown.
So they're giving NC State and North Carolina one?
Yeah. And Coastal.
Good grief.
Knoxville, Corvallis, Athens, Clemson, Irvine, and Nashville.
Oh.
So they shut out Oxford, Tuscaloosa, Norman. Maybe it's those 3. But we'll see where it goes here this week. Yeah, I would have kept Texas number 1 and moved Arkansas up a lot. And Florida State had a hell of a weekend. They beat Clemson in a series. They're good. Jamie Arnold, Wes Mendez giving you a lot there, the rotation with the Seminoles.
I suspect Van Horn would like to take last weekend and bottle it up.
It would be beneficial.
That would get them to Omaha.
But Tennessee is your sell team right now.
Yeah, I would sell on. I mean, I've watched all these teams now a good bit.
A&M They got 2 this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm still high on Texas. They're a little beat up right now. They're fine. Thought Arkansas looked really good.
Texas is very steady.
Yeah. Arkansas is pretty steady, too. They really hit the ball.
I think Georgia's underrated,
I agree.
if that's possible.
I don't know what I think of LSU. I don't think LSU's as good as those. Now, watch them go sweep Arkansas at home. But I don't think LSU is as good as Texas and Arkansas. I don't.
But they've
Or Georgia.
But they really pitched it on the front end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't hit great.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
I like Georgia. I like Vanderbilt, and that might be just me being a little biased. I don't know why. I'm selling on Tennessee. I'm buying on Auburn. If you told me Auburn made postseason noise, I'd totally buy it. I probably sell on Oklahoma. I think I sell on Alabama. I'm pretty neutral on Ole Miss. Some days I think Ole Miss is really good, and some days I think Ole Miss is just kind of okay.
I like Oklahoma if they host, because if I'm Skip Johnson, I'm saving him for day 2 and just gambling like hell that I can beat a 4, and
100%.
then I'll give my guy against your guy and give you hell the next day.
And their 2 should beat a 4.
Yeah. That's what I would do. I think they are a super regional team if they are at home. I do not think they're a super regional team if they are on the road.
It's the one thing I don't like about Georgia is they don't have that dude that just takes the ball and shoves it down your throat. Now, they'll hit it. They'll hit you out of the ballpark.
And they might just beat you 15-9 one day
Right.
and it not matter.
Texas has pitching. I wrote this in 10 thoughts. I thought if you're Arkansas, what you got out of Gage Wood on Saturday probably is like, oh, we got 4 full innings and he just shoved it.
You got the great day out of Root too, and he's been pretty inconsistent.
Yeah. But Root is if I were Arkansas, I would pitch Root on Friday, beat a 4, and I would give the ball to Wood on Saturday and hope that I've built him up to a point where he could go give me 6-7 innings because he's really, really good.
Just I like the kid. Texas has done a good job getting something out of Grayson Saunier so far. It's been kind of limited innings, but he was really good last week against A&M. Got a save against them. He came in, was okay against Arkansas in a couple innings this weekend.
Yep.
They've done a nice job finding him a role. I'm happy for Grayson. He needed to move on from Ole Miss. All good on both sides, and they've done a nice job finding something there for him. So more in a second. First, NeSpark, the fastest, most reliable fiber internet option available, whether you're streaming the Rebels or connecting with family and friends. They offer both residential and business packages with speeds up to 2 gigabits. To learn more, register for service. That's nespark.com. NeSpark. Get connected. Stay local.
Brought to you by the College Corner. They've got autographed footballs, helmets in stock, all the best Rebel gear if you're coming up this weekend for graduation, next weekend for the Auburn series, maybe a regional down the road, who knows. Make sure you stop by the College Corner right there off of Sisk Avenue in the Oxford Commons. They'll get you in and out and ready for the ballpark in absolutely no time. You can also shop at 2 locations in the Jackson area and online at collegecornerstorems.com. We're brought to you by Argent Wealth. They're based in Ridgeland, Mississippi. They've got clients in more than 20 states. They provide detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much more. At Argent, investing is treated like a commodity. Decisions are made using objective information and research, not emotions. Regardless of your level of wealth, Argent will sit down with you, listen to your goals, study your expenses, and put forth a comprehensive, detailed financial and retirement plan built just for you. It's myargentwealth.com. We're also brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. John's part of Virtuoso. It's a worldwide network of travel partners that allows John to supply his clients with added values, unique benefits, simply not available to other travelers. John traveled the globe for 37 years before he got into the travel business. He knows the extra attention that's needed to make a special trip one that creates a lifetime of unique memories. So get in touch with John, give him some parameters, give him a budget, and know this, you don't have to live in or near Memphis to take advantage of his services. 901-494-3387 or jedwards@regencytravel.net. Get the beautiful, healthy smile you deserve at Corinth Dental. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative, state-of-the-art procedures that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. From routine checkups to advanced treatment, including implants and Invisalign. Corinth Dental is here to help you achieve your smile goals. Schedule your appointment today. Take the first step toward a better version of yourself. It's corinthdental.com.
Podcast is brought to you by G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. They deliver locally in the Oxford area, and they offer medicine. Free prescriptions the same time each month, and they will take care of you. One trip to the pharmacy, one delivery. You have everything you need when you need it with G&M. So, again, check them out, whether it's Tyson Drugs or G&M, 662-236-2222. Where are we in the Karen Reed trial? How much longer?
Oh, I think we're still got a few more weeks. This
Weeks?
This has the last trial took 2 months.
Okay.
They're moving faster this time. A little different strategy, both ends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Friday was a pretty rough day for the prosecution.
You've been watching it?
Hell yeah.
All in? Are you reading about it too?
Yeah.
Like, so if you miss something, you're catching back up?
Couple blogs I follow. Friday was rough. Rough day. One of their lead witnesses, she
Oh, really?
She struggled.
Okay. Something I noticed yesterday as I was looking through it, and this is, I guess it's a no-brainer and a duh, but I still think it's notable for 90 seconds here, is that Michigan State is looking for a new athletics director.
Okay.
The Spartans, they're in the Big Ten. And the pool of candidates that is shaping per multiple media outlets that seem somewhat respectable, all having the same names. A lot of sitting ADs in conferences that are not the Big Ten and the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hunting those two chairs in those two leagues at this point. Bubba Cunningham, the number one name that keeps popping up nonstop.
North Carolina.
How about that is correct.
Boy, it tells you something, doesn't it?
Does. His name just keeps hitting over and over and over and over again.
It's like Bubba's been listening to the show and going, you have no idea.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not my fault.
Names that have popped up as far as sitting ADs to this point: Bubba Cunningham, Florida State AD Michael Alford.
That's fascinating.
It is. Pittsburgh AD Alan Green, Ole Miss recently.
Yeah.
San Jose State AD Jeff Kanya, no idea.
Mm-mm.
UCLA's Martin Drummond. That would be a move inside the league, but I'd rather be in East Lansing, managing there. I'm assuming there is some sort of tie. Eastern Michigan AD Scott Weatherby, but I bet he's a MSU grad or something. Probably.
They've done a really good job at Eastern Michigan too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You had some experience with Eastern Michigan.
Very professional.
And then names that have come up kind of outside, because what you're seeing in some of these AD searches, just because it's a business and that's what it is, as much as anything else, you're seeing some CEO type people be mentioned for these gigs. One there is the guy that runs the Ironman, like the actual company that does all the Ironmans. Yeah, CEO Scott DeRue. He has a connection to MSU and a PhD from the Michigan State School of Business.
Okay.
So one note of people there.
I do think it's interesting that there's more
high-profile agent and MSU alum Molly Fletcher also on the list.
Oh. If I were them, I would want someone who has Michigan State ties.
You would.
At this day and age, I think you almost have to have an emotional attachment.
Yeah, so Keith has talked about that you do this day-to-day at a place you don't care about at all, and it just would be.
Well, because I think the whole this is
nausea-inducing.
This is stupid thought would keep crossing your mind so much. It probably does anyway, but you can block it out because it's like, well, it's us.
Oh, does Bubba Cunningham have Michigan State ties?
Apparently, but still, the fact that he would be anxiously looking to leave is interesting.
He's pretty well represented, isn't he?
Yeah, everybody respects
He's from
him.
Flint, Michigan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Played at Notre Dame. Administrative career was associate AD at Notre Dame and then AD at Ball State, Tulsa, and North Carolina. Here's a one place to another. Lawrence Cunningham, that's what his actual name is, was born in Flint, Michigan, but raised in Naples, Florida.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a
bit of a culture change.
That's a little different.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything else from an MSU standpoint. Not saying it isn't there. It's just that's where we're at. So he wants to get away from Jordan. Is that true? Or is that a joke?
I think that's a joke. Although if I were them, I would want to get away from Jordan too.
Okay. Really?
She's psychopathic.
Is he still the head coach at North Carolina in?
No.
Oh, I'm going to move it up then. This time next year.
No.
He will not go into a preseason in a second year in Chapel Hill.
That is my prediction.
Okay. Where would you set an over-under? Thanksgiving night?
Yeah. December 15th. I mean, whatever it takes to technically get away from this. This is a nightmare. She's 24 years old and she's running your football program.
He hired him.
He did. Oh, no doubt. NFL teams are like, nope, we're not doing this. And there was
when
a reason.
every NFL team goes, no, I'm good. I won't take the most Super Bowls of all time.
And you have to understand with the NFL, you get this.
Yeah,
a lot of fans don't get this because they don't follow NFL closely. NFL organizations, almost without exception, are so wired to go no distractions.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be robotic.
It's the goal.
Yes. Because why? It's a long season. You're not going undefeated. There's going to be adversity. There's going to be injuries. This is going to be hard. The last thing we need is something else in the locker room. And then North Carolina, they must have thought the pub on it and stuff. But she's nuts.
Is he going to get much protection from the college football fan media? Like, I don't mean North Carolina fan media. I mean the Stuart Mandells of the world.
Maybe, but the North Carolina fan media is going to look. Here's the deal.
They're going to revolt.
I mean, let's be clear here.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
When you do the no access, we treat you like trash, we tell you nothing, we're going to embarrass you because it makes you look bad, makes you look like suddenly you don't know anything. Fans call you lazy and all that stuff. And you know it's because, well, it's an ironclad deal over there and I can't get in at all. If you lose, there's no one's going to come to your defense.
Crickets.
I mean, no one. So if you're going to go that route, you better win.
I need all the cartoon thought bubbles on Michael Lombardi right now. The GM of North Carolina football with all this going on.
Oh,
whew.
I mean, if I'm covering North Carolina and they go 5-7, 6-6, I'm lighting them up and almost taking joy in it. That's the way it is. That's not professional, but that's what people are human. You're going to be a little more sympathetic, for lack of a better word, to someone who treats you with respect than you are someone who treats you like you are an animal. That's the way it is.
Oh, she wouldn't talk about how they met?
No. Shut it down at that point.
What'd she say?
She shut the interview down.
Oh.
It prompted the rumors that she might have been met while she was in a working capacity.
This is on North Carolina's administration.
Of course.
Period.
100%.
You get what you asked for.
You should have researched.
Yeah. Call the Falcons. Go, hey.
Because they looked into it.
Kind of curious.
The Raiders looked into it. They all said, no, we're good.
Were you watching the Jets last night? They scored with 1.6 seconds left.
Yep.
To
I had
force overtime and stun the Blues.
I had the little dual thing on the.
I mean, you've been a Blues fan for a minute before, so you were in the.
Carson was.
You were in it.
Carson was for 2 periods.
Yeah.
It was wild. Everyone keeps talking about the last goal. It was like 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left. It was 3-1. I mean, you're done. And Winnipeg's been phenomenal all year. And you get a goal. And then the end of that's wild, man. Just that place erupted on the last goal. Because they're done.
We'll mention this in another minute after the break. We'll come back. I don't know if you tease basketball recruiting or not, but we'll do that tomorrow, I guess. Is it It's strictly because we don't play it while hockey has not made a jump in this country, right? Because it is so damn good in the postseason.
It's because most people have never.
It's better than anything outside of a football interest in the postseason, and it's not close.
Yeah, it's because most people haven't played it and don't.
And you hadn't been to a game. Because if you go to a game live, you go, oh, my God. They are fast. They're physical. This is fun.
Yeah.
The sounds are awesome.
I mean, that was crazy last night. I mean, I
kind of looked up and go, marketing-wise, did you guys blow it somewhere along the way? Like, or is it just where we are in the country and it just isn't doable? And maybe that's the answer.
Well, I mean, huge crowds in America. There's people don't watch on TV.
Well, yeah, once they get it.
Yeah. It's just people don't watch on television. It's hard.
So maybe it's baseball. You love your team, don't really care about anybody else. Maybe it's baseball.
Maybe so. I don't know. That was wild, though. Got to be a tough day to be a Blues fan today.
Oh, Grind had under 5.5 total goals in that game. Man, you were good till
you weren't.
It's kind of how over-unders work.
Yeah.
It was looking good. Then boom.
Well, we were winning until we weren't. Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, we'll come back. We'll talk in a minute. First, Declaration of Independence Center for the Study of American Freedom, located on the Ole Miss campus, and they aim to explore and examine the fundamental and founding principles of the United States of America. They offer an academic minor in freedom studies and scholarship opportunities for Ole Miss students that bring lots of networking potential. To learn more, contact Stephen Scoltetti or Rankin Shirley, freedomolemmiss.edu, or visit independence.olemiss.edu.
Chase here isn't drinking beer, but if you decide tonight that you want one, I suggest Parish Brewing Company. I mean, even on Cinco de Mayo, where you want to go for a Pacifica or something like that, it's a day to think about Parish Brewing Company. Get you that Dr. Juice. It's perfect, highly crushable juice bomb. It's a go-to IPA. You'll love it. 6% ABV. If you want something a little stronger, Ghost in the Machine. It's a double IPA. It's fantastic. It's brewed from hops from their favorite farm in Yakima Valley, Washington. I found out how to say the name.
Yakima?
Yakima.
Okay.
I was listening to a Mariners game. They kept saying Yakima.
Oh, really?
I'm like, that's probably it. Yeah. So check out wherever you get your beer. Look for Parish Brewing Company. They have a coffee stout that's out that looks fantastic.
Oh, I do like those now.
Yeah, those are good. See, there you go. There you go.
What's that one called?
I don't remember. They have it at Chicory, though.
Okay.
I saw it.
All right.
To see wherever you go looking for beer, look for Parish. You'll be glad you did. Have a mailbag to you on Wednesday. It's brought to you by Art Hayes, Sotheby's International Realty. Are you thinking of making a move? Put the power of Sotheby's to work for you. As a licensed agent with Sotheby's and a supporter of all things Ole Miss, Art Hayes can help you buy or sell in your hometown or anywhere in the world at no charge to you. Seriously. So call and ask Art how. 612-805-5929 or email art at arthur.hayes@lakesmn.com.
Is it Slice? It's a chocolate orange stout?
No, I don't think it's that one. Let me look. Let me see if I can find it.
All right. Oh, or just say coffee stout.
Yeah.
Is it the Reeve or Rivy or whatever it is?
I think that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
They have another one called a bourbon chocolate orange stout.
Oh, that sounds good.
New single barrel aged imperial stout celebrates a classic flavor harmony, chocolate and orange. After 28 months in a single taconic bourbon barrel, Slice began its rest on a pile of sweet orange peel and Ecuadorian and Ghana cacao nibs, giving it the timeless decadent aromatics of a bourbon-soaked orange slice dipped in a chocolate fountain. A chocolate bonbon paired with a citrus aperitif, or perhaps the Pandora's box of nostalgia beheld when unwrapping a candied chocolate orange. Cacao was consumed in fermented beverages for almost 4,000 years before the invention of the chocolate bar. Try Slice and remember why.
Oh.
Very rich, they say.
Sounds it. Sounds good, though.
It's only available in a 750 milliliter bottle, so it's like a wine bottle.
Yeah, the Reeve or Reevy is the one that I'm referencing.
All right. ABV, a cool 13 on that Slice.
Oh. That's a sipper.
That's a sipper.
Yeah. You guzzle that one and you'll know it.
Are we still talking about the humans and the damn gorillas?
People are obsessed with that. By the way, the Super Bloom Double IPA
Uh-huh.
is fantastic. It is so good. This might be where I need to go on vacation, go to Broussard, Louisiana, and just go to the brewery.
You're arguing here that after the gorilla ripped the face off of the first 10 people, the other 90 and go, what are we doing? Why do we need to make this gorilla succumb to our physicality?
It's kind of like baseball,
because this
right?
is worse than the would you rather fight the horse-sized ducks or the duck-sized horse? I mean, I just don't.
Well, it's kind of like baseball. If you're hitting seventh and the first 6 guys in the lineup all face like 102 and just have no chance at all, you're not going to the plate to lead off the third with a lot of confidence.
I don't care what the gorilla expert said, and he said 100 adults would for sure win. It's a freaking gorilla. We're overcomplicating this.
Yeah.
Have you seen the stats on this cat's ability?
Yeah, I saw there was
his bite is 1,300 psi.
I don't even want to think about it. That's like a shark, right?
It would just
crush your bone.
His bite is enough. I think it's his bite, or maybe it's his grip, can take a crocodile's head and just crush it with either his bite or his hands.
I mean, are you really playing that game?
Because I saw one guy go, well, the way you would do it is you would try to distract him and tire him out over hours. You'd have to have this huge plan. And it's like, again, why? And who's volunteered to go, I'm infantry. I'm number one. Well, let me run up here and
just think if
you had one guy dumbing up. And so if it was on the message board, I apologize, but it was a really dumb statement. So I'm going to say it anyway. It was like, hey, well, an MMA fighter could just choke him out. It was like, it's a gorilla. No.
Okay.
No.
Here's my complaint with this. And I mean, I'm all for fun and games. But if we would take some of the mental exercise that we've done
and put them toward quality,
like we might have created something new after all this than
like discovery.
Yeah. Like I saw someone literally did a simulation of 100 gorillas versus what it was it 10,000 or something people?
Uh-huh.
They had it simulated as to what that would look like. I was like, have you lost your mind?
Yeah, exhaustion finally getting the gorilla, I guess, would be where you win. But again, you would have to like have a plan and make him exhausted. Why?
And then what? You kill it after it's exhausted?
I guess.
It lays down and just takes it?
I guess. Someone compared it to you versus 105-year-olds.
Well, that would be abuse. I mean, I'm not hitting a 5-year-old. So stupid.
The gorilla will hit you.
Yes. I don't want to fight either one. How about that? I don't want to fight a 5-year-old or a gorilla. I don't know what that says about me.
Pacifist.
I guess. I'm a lover, not a fighter, I suppose.
Thunder and 6.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, the other team does have Nikola Jokic. It's scary. He's really good.
Warriors won comfortably last night in Game 7.
You saw that. Here's my Thunder fear is that what you saw in Game 7 last night could rear its ugly head in this series, and that's experience matters.
Okay. Still new to the party.
Houston looked young. Although, if you're a Rockets fan,
you had Steph with a bad first half and we're down 12.
Yeah, if you're a Rockets fan, you do have to be super excited about Amen Thompson. Wow, what a great young player. 22 years old, responded to the moment, didn't back down. You have to be thrilled with Amen Thompson as a building block. And no, you should not trade Amen Thompson in a package for Giannis Antetokounmpo. No, you should build around Amen Thompson. He looked amazing in this series.
I'll hit it more tomorrow. What's Ole Miss getting in the Perry kid?
I'm not as optimistic as others. Now,
do we know? Do we have any? And I think the answer is no, and we're willing to say that. We don't know the answer yet to what's going to be required of him, which is going to change the calculus of what this actually means.
Now, Beard loves him. and
has loved him from the beginning.
And I think that's worth something. All you can base it on is what he did at Kentucky, which was they couldn't keep him on the floor. He had some moments where he did some things, but he's a 6'1" guard. He's not a super athlete in a league full of physical guards, big guards. Can he get his shot off enough? Can he defend enough to stay on the floor? Here's where my cynicism rolls in, okay? Just being honest. Here's a guy that had a legendary high school career in Kentucky.
I think he was our all-time leading scorer.
He was Mr. Kentucky, all-time leading scorer. And after one season, Kentucky lets him go to an SEC team without really putting up a fight. It's hard to completely overcome that. Now, can he prove them wrong? Sure. But he's got to be a really good shooter to stay on the floor with those measurables. And he shot 32% from three.
That's not it.
At Kentucky, that's not it. He's going to have to shoot 40% or better from three to justify giving that up defensively. But now maybe Beard can make him a better defender. And maybe they got him at a bargain, and maybe there's still something else coming. I wrote this in 10 thoughts. I'm going to reiterate it. I'm not hinting at anything, but it's important. There are a lot of guys in the NBA draft process right now who are going to take their names out of the draft process before the deadline. And the deadline's in the middle of June. And they're going to leave the NBA draft process to get another college payday.
He had 2 double-figure games the entire season, both against Alabama. Odd.
Yeah.
11 and 12.
Grind has it nailed here. He says he has to get a ton better at defense. Agreed. He says if he's leading your second team, then you're gravy. Agreed. So it's complicated.
Yeah, we don't know where he's fitting in the recipe yet.
Yeah.
If he's got to be your 2, then you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, he's too small.
But yeah,
if he's a guy
somebody said just be a microwave. Okay.
Yeah. And and he can shoot it. I mean, I think he has the second most made threes in the history of Kentucky high school basketball.
A lot of people have played basketball in Kentucky.
I mean, that is putting the ball into the basket. It does show that you're capable. Now it's a difference at playing at Eden County or whatever than it is playing against Florida. But the point remains. It was odd to suddenly get a notification like that. You didn't hear it. Just one ding.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On a message.
Oh. Was it from a favorite in your phone? Is that why?
No, it was Josh Hendrickson.
Oh.
Yep. Lyon County, whatever. You know what I mean.
What'd you say?
I don't know.
Okay.
I say Eden County or something.
Well, he played at Eddyville or Eddyville or something like that.
Whatever.
Okay. All right, today what do we got? What are the sporting events today? NBA, we have
Celtics, Knicks game 1. You got Thunder, Nuggets game 1.
That's 6 o'clock and 8:30.
I think you've got one of the NHL series is getting started tonight.
Yeah, Knicks Celtics 6:30 on TNT and True. Same channels for Nuggets Thunder again 8:30 tonight in the NHL. Florida and Toronto, defending champions, headed north to face the Maple Leafs there. So
that's a semifinal also, right?
That is a conference semi.
Yeah,
that is correct. That's actually a fun series. That's a good one right there.
Had an upset in game 1 in the East yesterday. Indiana knocks off Cleveland in game 1. Cleveland without Darius Garland. Probably need to get him back.
Is he back? Is he coming back?
It's a toe. Toes are problematic.
It's stupid early. Barely 30 games into a season, but if you're into Major League Baseball at all, Braves getting one against the Dodgers yesterday felt kind of big. They're 15 and 18.
Yeah.
Playing pretty well since the bad start.
Yeah.
Austin Riley, 2 home runs yesterday.
The Dodgers are really good, but they're not. I mean, they're the best.
Not infallible.
They're the best team in baseball. But if you told me Dodgers or the field, I would take the field.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I'm with you there.
And going into the season, I might not have. I might have just said no. Give me the Dodgers.
Last thing, I saw a ton of the stories finally popping everywhere yesterday about the Giants and Shadur Sanders and the frustration each had at each other in the meeting prior to the draft.
They didn't do anything different with him than they did with the other quarterbacks. They had a process.
They intentionally put false things in the install for quarterbacks to catch them.
To catch it and go, wait, what's this?
He didn't catch them. They called him out, and he said they were picking on him.
Yeah. He didn't prepare.
Yes. And that goes around a bunch of different leagues and main teams, and here you are.
Well, look, NBA teams, NFL teams, college football teams, people talk inside the industry. All these coaches know each other. They've all worked together at different places or whatnot. They converse. They don't give away trade secrets, but somebody said, hey, how'd y'all's interview with Sanders go?
Yeah.
And someone goes, he wasn't prepared. And the guy goes, yeah, it happened with us too. Or I heard that happened at wherever.
Yeah.
What do you think of him? And all of a sudden people are like, well, I don't know. Is he serious enough? Why did Jackson Dart's stock jump the way that it did? Because entering the draft process, he was a third, fourth round pick. And by the time the draft rolled around, he was a first round pick. Why? He impressed at the Senior Bowl. You knew he would. And people sat around in Mobile and went, have you talked to Dart, the kid at Ole Miss? I like him. There's something about him. And then he has a pro day. I mean, he has the combine where he does some good things. And he has meetings in Indianapolis. And all these teams are on the same floors of the same hotels in Indy. And they sit at the same bars and have a drink at the end of the night. And these guys all know each other. And someone goes, there's something about that kid I kind of like. And next thing you know, people come to Oxford, they have dinner with him, they like him, and they're like, man, he's kind of got it. And then boom, it's word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's reputation. He didn't play a single game after I guess he played the Senior Bowl. But after the Tax Slayer Bowl, there was no more Ole Miss tape to look at. But they got to know him, and then they put him in front of the blackboard, and I promise you, whiteboard, whatever.
He was fine.
I promise you the Giants threw some stuff into there to see if he'd catch it, and he caught it. And then when they showed him some things, he responded to it. I heard his interview with the Giants was an A+. Like, my understanding from reading things, when he walked out of the building, people in the Giants organization were like, we probably should try to get that done. And that led to, okay, we have the third pick, and the consensus in the building was that would be way overplaying. It's too much. We have to get an impact player at 3. But let's start thinking about ways that we can trade up into the back of the first round
and get in
and get Dart. And that's what they did.
And suddenly you trade all your picks and David Putney and you get your quarterback. And that's where you go. So
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's right there.
And,
I bet people went to his birthday party. People went to Jackson's birthday party.
I would think. I mean, Caden Prescorn's kids clearly did.
It's true. It's fair.
I mean, they like him.
Okay.
I think Caden went to the party.
So I was at the Derby over the weekend.
Jackson was?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Life's hard right now.
Yeah, he had a VIP thing on.
Sure he did.
Yeah. Quarterback of the Giants. They get those. So, all right. We will wrap there. Some more basketball tomorrow, and then plenty more will happen as well. Ole Miss exam week, so no midweeks this week for the Rebels. They only have one midweek left. That's UT Martin. They could really use Mother Nature to help out on that sometime next week.
Need some rain.
They need some rain coming to Swayze.
They need Crash Davis to come turn on the sprinklers.
State this weekend, and then again Auburn next Thursday, Friday, Saturday prior to
you think if
the
someone
SEC
called
tournament.
over there and said, hey, listen, Mike, there's some kids that are going to do a prank and they're going to turn on your sprinklers. You think you could turn off your closed circuit thing and just kind of let them do it?
Yeah, let it go. Act real pissed the next morning, okay?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. We're good.
Listen, we're not going to be able to do this
You
tonight.
think you could talk UT Martin into going, hey, we really need to save our pitching for our weekend series, so we'll just take our $15,000 and call it a day.
Yeah.
Because Ole Miss would pay $10,000 to cancel that game right now.
Oh.
All day.
All
Here's
day.
the check. So, all right. Be back tomorrow. Talk soon. We'll catch up. Talk a little more Derby, too. We didn't even hit that today. So we'll do a little more on that. Take care.
Another loss for journalism.
Have a good day.